Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I am doing the New Year's book tag. I haven't done a tag video in about 3 months. I did a whole bunch one week, and I haven't done one since, and I'm in the mood now. It kind of put me in a tag slump, I guess, or I felt like I had tagged out. But I'm really in the mood to do a tag, and I saw this one. I can't remember who I saw it on first, probably Books and Lala, maybe? I really don't know where I saw this first. I don't even know. Maybe she didn't even do this tag. I could be totally wrong. I did watch a few people do this tag just to get the questions, and I couldn't find any information about where it started, so I don't really know where it started, but certainly if you do, I will add it in the description below. But I will leave the questions there at least. I'm also not going to tag anyone just because, you know, the new year has begun, and by the time this goes up, I don't know, I'm starting to feel like maybe the new year is sort of over for a lot of people, so they don't really want to do this anymore, and I think it's made its rounds on BookTube, so I'm not going to tag anyone, but certainly if you want to do this tag, feel free. I wasn't tagged to do this either, and I just felt like doing it, so anyway, let's do these questions. So question number 1 is, how many books are you planning on reading in 2018? If you've watched my goals video or my resolutions video for 2018, you know that I'm not actually putting a number on how many books I'm planning on reading. At least not how many manga I'm planning on reading in the year. I am hoping to read at least 20 novels or prose that includes popular nonfiction that I'm planning on reading in the year. I am hoping to read around 100 graphic novels and comic books that are not manga over the year. I'm hoping to read probably 350 or so manga in the year, at least half of them new to me, but that's not a definite number, and I probably will read as many academic journals as I can get my hands on. I'm just really, or at least in topics that I'm interested in, I'm just really into reading journals right now, and I'm loving it so much. So really what my goal is for the year is to take it easy, sort of, and read what I want to read. But just a little bit of emphasis on actually reading some prose this year, because last year I only read 7 novels and 7, I think, nonfiction books, if that, and I'd like to read a little bit more than that in a year, so that is the plan anyway. Number 2 is to name 5 books that you didn't get to read in 2017 but you want to make a priority in 2018. So I'm going to show you the 5. They would be these ones here. This is The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. I've got Julie and the Wolves by Jean Craighead George. Winnie the Pooh, of course, by A.A. Milne. Hatchet by Gary Paulson. And The Eagle of the Ninth by Rosemary Sutcliffe. The reason that I didn't end up reading these last year is because I was in the middle of taking a children's lit course, and I ended up dropping that class because of family issues at the beginning of the year. I haven't taken a class since then, and so this year I'm hoping to re-register in that class and get to these books. So that is really what my plan is. I wasn't able to read them last year, just wasn't able to do that class, but I will be doing it this year. Number 3 is to name a genre that you want to read more of in 2018. Definitely for prose, I want to read more classic fiction. I think last year I started 2 classic novels and I didn't finish them for whatever reason. I think because I was reading them for readathons, and so I didn't feel like I could finish them because I was reading something else after that. But I really do enjoy reading classic novels, and so or that's sort of what I want to make a priority for my prose reading. For graphic novels and comic books, I'm really interested in French comics, bande dessinée, and so I definitely want to be reading more from that culture of comics, so I will be picking up more of that in the year and just sort of explore that to some degree. For manga, I definitely want to be reading more science fiction because that's an area that I don't read in generally. I definitely also want to be picking up more alternative manga, more Gekika manga, Neo Gekika manga, and La Nouvelle manga, so sort of things in that particular area of manga I want to be exploring more of. And I have quite a lot in my collection that I haven't read yet, a lot of which I have purchased in the last year, and so I definitely want to get to them this year. Number 4 is name 3 non-book related goals that you have for 2018. Like I had said before, I am planning on registering in that course. I am hoping to at least complete 2 university credits in the year. I am very slowly working on a second degree in English, and so I'm just like plodding along and taking these classes extremely slowly. It's just for personal enjoyment. It has really no implications to anything else. But I really would like to kind of move on, and I certainly don't want to lose my place in the program because I'm not taking classes, so at least 2 credits. And I'm also, of course, studying Japanese, and I really want to improve my language over the year, so I have lofty goals of studying Japanese and registering for the JLPT, Japanese Language Proficiency Test, that's here in July. I'm still unsure at this very moment whether I'm going to take the N5 and pass, or the N4 and probably fail. I'm not entirely sure. I certainly am more interested in just figuring out what that exam is like, and then maybe next year passing that exam, but do I want to just like go and feel kind of relaxed taking an exam, or do I want to really push myself and take the N4? So I'm still kind of undecided about that. And one of my other goals is that I had promised a friend in the last year that I was going to participate in some craft fairs with her in the year, and I just never got around to making anything. And she said that she was going to do craft fairs again this year, so I really want to make a concerted effort and actually make some things to sell at craft fairs at the end of the year, just for fun, just to have fun with her and to do that with her. And I really like making crafts, and I'm surprised at how little I've been making over the last kind of 2 years. I think a lot of my creative energy goes into this channel now, and so I don't feel dissatisfied with my lack of creativity, but in years past I would spend hours and hours and hours making things, and I haven't been at all. And I have a lot of craft supplies and craft resources, and hopefully I will have at least a small handful of things that I can bring to craft fairs with her. So those are 3 of many goals that I have for the year, but I always make a lot of goals in January. I love making goals. At least I like sort of the idea that, you know, maybe by the end of the year I'll have completed these things. It rarely happens, but I don't mind. Number 5 is, what is a book that you've had forever that you still want to read? This is an incredibly difficult question because I want to read every book in my collection, including the ones I've read already, so just narrowing it down to one book, like, is that a thing? I don't know. So I went through all of my Japanese popular culture books. I read a lot of books about Japanese popular culture, and one that I haven't read yet but I've owned since it was released is Japan Edge, The Insider's Guide to Japanese Pop Subculture. And this is just sort of a collection of essays, including one by Matt Thorne, and I didn't realize she was in here, so that's pretty cool. I really just picked this up because it looked cool at some point. This was published in 1999, and I genuinely have had it since it was released. I think I might have pre-ordered it, and I've never read it. So here's a book that I've had at least since 1999. Doesn't feel like forever, but it's one of the oldest books in my Japanese popular culture section in my house that I haven't read. Number 6 is to give a word that you're hoping 2018 will be, and I kind of have 2, but I think they're related and they are pretty much interchangeable in my idea, and that is gentle and kind. I want the year to be kind to me, and I want people to be kind and gentle to each other, and I feel like the world is so angry and riled up that it's just a hornet's nest. Just calm down, take a breather, and like reevaluate, look inside yourselves, stop being a jerk to other people. You know, even if you disagree with them, you don't have to be a jerk. Let's just all cool down and be kind and gentle to each other. Yes, that is my wish for the year, but will it be like that? I am not so sure, which is a shame. So number 7 is to tag some people. I'm not going to do that just because it is getting close to the end of January, and I think a lot of people have sort of are already past the New Year's time. I think New Year's is over. So I'm just going to let you, you know, if you want to do it, feel free, say I tagged you, that you're more than welcome to do that. I didn't get tagged myself, I just felt like doing it, so, you know, you can too. If you want to comment down below, let me know how many books are you planning on reading in 2018. I'd be very interested in hearing about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.